What is up, guys? TRayALLDay here, and welcome to another episode of my Fulham career mode. I believe this is episode number 9 now, and we are heading into January during this episode. As you can see, we're starting off with a simulated game against Bournemouth, and that is our last game of December. So we're definitely heading into January in this episode. This episode will be all of January. So the full 20 minutes is all of January. There is a little recap at the end of the video to see who we signed and whatnot, just in case you guys don't want to watch this full video. So just a little disclaimer, if you didn't want to watch the full video, there is a little recap at the end. I believe it's like a minute long, so just go a minute before the ending. I'm not entirely sure where it will be, but you'll find it either way if you don't want to watch the full video. But I don't really care whether you watch the full video or not, but whatever, it's up to you. Either way, I do have to show the full thing of January, the full transfer window, because if you've been subscribed to this channel for a long time, you would know that my laptop is just complete and utter AIDS at times. So I do lose a few scenes, I guess you could say, in this episode, in this recording session I had. So I have to make sure I remember what didn't record and basically just remember what happened, so I can tell you guys, instead of splitting this up into 2 episodes, we will have it in one, which is perfectly fine. Hopefully you guys enjoy the extra long video. If you do, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. But either way, we are getting started in this episode going after Wissam Ben Yedder, of course, the guy I've been wanting to go after for a while as well. We get a transfer funds request accepted from the board, not as much as I wanted, £2.44 million, which is perfectly fine. They didn't want to send me the full 7 I asked for, but I'll take 2.44 because right now we don't have that much on us, and if we want to bring in all the players I was looking forward to signing, we definitely need a lot more money. But we're taking on Charlton for the first game of the episode, first played game of the episode, second game of the episode in total, and the game ended 0-0, so I still haven't shown a highlight 2 minutes into this episode, which is fairly disappointing. But either way, we go back into some transfer action. As you can see, they did like McCormack, but I want to keep this fairly realistic in that I don't send players that usually don't play in a certain league to a certain league, so I don't think there are any Scottish players in the League One, so I just really would rather not send him over there. Plus, I think I can get some money for McCormack, so I'd rather not send him over there for Ben Yedder and spend some money for Ben Yedder at the same time. I'd be left with no money whatsoever, so didn't really want to do that as well. That is why I don't offer them Felix Cruz or Tim Hoogland, because you don't see a lot of Germans in that league as well. So we offer Kacaliknic, a Swedish player, as well as, I believe we go to, £3.5 million, which is a decent offer, I think. Hopefully it gets accepted. But either way, we have a game against Wolves, who we did play in the last episode, and we did draw 2-2. But as you can see, this is where my laptop started to fail on me, but we have a highlight here. You didn't miss anything other than this. This is really the only thing that happened up to this point. I do have the rest of the game recorded, so either way, Paul-George Ntep body feint inside, beautiful body feint at that, and smashes it into the back of the net to get us our first goal of the game. Here's another angle of it if you so wish to watch it. But like I was saying, we did draw against them 2-2 in the last episode. They did score in the 81st minute to equalize. So disappointing. We thoroughly deserved to win that game as well. But Paul-George Ntep gets his 3rd goal of the championship this season in the first highlight. You know what I'm talking about. Either way, Wolves equalize in the 38th minute. I'm not too sure who that was, but they equalized nonetheless. Very disappointing for us. Our defending was just awful there. Look at that. We almost cleared it away, and then they just send it right forward to him. Blanco couldn't quite save it, and Tommy Rowe, that's who it was, puts it in the back of the net in the 38th minute. But we're going to start from the second half. Ross McCormack is on the ball. And the kickoff glitch, I don't really mean to do it, and that's not really the kickoff glitch right there, as it gets cleared away either way. As Hyman's on the ball now, the American midfielder body feints inside, finds Moussa Dembele, who's going to try to cut around, gets pushed off the ball, but somehow gets it back. The defender falls over, he cuts inside, sees a bit of space, takes a shot, goes off the keeper. McCormack is there to put it in the open net to give us the 2-1 advantage, which is just, he is just a poacher. That is really all you can use to describe him. Just sees the ball, puts it in the back of the net, easy as you like. 11th goal in the championship for him, so I really hope that some club comes in to buy him, because like I said, I'm not really looking forward to keeping him, although he does score a lot of goals. I just don't like him in this game. I don't know what it is. I just kind of really don't like him. But either way, Wolves have a chance here in the 69th minute as Goulbourne and Edwards are linking up back and forth. They find Edwards, who crosses over, and of course, their header finds the back of the net. Even though we had men there, I brought Cruz back on purpose to mark that spot, and of course, they are still able to score that. Just, so aids. Doyle, I believe that was, scores his first goal in the championship. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't he at like a Premier League club right now? I don't know. Maybe I read that wrong or whatever. I don't know. 74th minute now. Quarantine Tolisso, though, finds Adam Taggart, who's a substitute, who finds Fiorentin Pogba. Fiorentin Pogba passes back to Quarantine Tolisso. Tolisso goes outside to Roberts, who is a substitute in this game as well. He is going to use his pace. The young English winger cuts inside. He's going to take a shot here, makes a deflection, and Taggart is there to put it in the back of the net. A little aids on our side for once, which is just awesome. The Australian is able to head that one into the back of the net off a deflection. Absolutely fantastic. I will definitely take that. Of course, Roberts probably deserved that goal more than anything because of his run, but I will take a goal from Taggart. 3 goals in the championship so far for him. And, yeah, perfectly fine. That's how the game would end, 3-2. And we definitely got some payback after they scored an 81st minute goal on us in the last episode. And we were able to score a late goal on them and take the win. Take the full 3 points at Wolves. Just fantastic. We only had 44% possession, which is a bit disappointing. But either way, I will take the full 3 points. As Preston North End come in for Marcus Bettinelli, one of our goalkeepers we don't use. So we'll send him out on loan for the rest of the season. And as well, an Italian club, Sassuolo, come in for our keeper, Ruben Blanco. The first of many offers that come in for Ruben Blanco, and we're not going to let him go on the cheap because he has been pretty decent for us so far, and of course he is only 19 years of age, so he could really, really grow into a great player for us. So, like I said, not going to let him go on the cheap as we're just offering everyone basically 12 million plus or 11 million plus for him because I don't really know who I'd bring in for him, plus I don't want to get rid of him, so definitely they would have to pay a lot of money if they're going to take him. But either way, Toulouse really want more money if they're going to take Kacaliknic off our hands. But I just don't want to get rid of, I do want to get rid of Kacaliknic, but I don't want to get rid of all my money because I want to bring in more players. So we offer 5.3 in Kacaliknic, see what they say about that. As well, we're going in for the pace demon, Matisse Boli. We offer Tim Hoogland because that is a realistic swap deal considering Hoogland is German and Boli plays for a German team. So it's going to be interesting to see what they say about that as well. Nolan Roux, who plays for Lille, we're going to go in for him just in case McCormack leaves or, you know, if we're not able to sign Ben Yedder, because I would like to sign Ben Yedder, but if not, Roux, I believe, is a little bit cheaper as well. Does only have 2-star skill moves, which of course I want the 4-star skill moves, but I will take him. He's a great goal scorer as well, great finisher. But we go in for Nathan Redmond, of course, the guy I've been talking about basically the last few episodes of who I wanted to bring in. And we're going to offer, I believe, Felix Cruz for the first. Yes, we are. Felix Cruz right there. And a bit of money for him as well. £2 million plus Felix Cruz. I think that's a pretty fair deal if you ask me, because I just want to get rid of Felix Cruz. He's been so bad since joining. I have not enjoyed playing with him whatsoever. But either way, we get a few more offers for Ruben Blanco. My gosh, he was the most popular player on my team during the January transfer window. My gosh. And no club were willing to accept my high counter offers, because that's understandable. Of course, Lyon, the team I support, we're going to give them a bit of a deal. We're going to offer the least amount we've offered anyone for Ruben Blanco, counter offer that is £11 million. But either way, all these clubs come back and say, nope, we're not willing to take him, which is, you know, perfectly fine. And as well, we're going to go for some pre-contracts just in case I'm not able to bring anyone in. We're going to start with Jean-Armel Kanabiak, who plays for Stade Rennais as a center back. He would be our highest rated player if we brought him in as well. Winston Reed from West Ham United would be a great player to bring in. So we're going to go for him on a pre-contract, but it is very unlikely he would join us considering the fact we're still in the championship and it is not set in stone whether or not we would be going up to the Premier League anyway. So either way, we have an FA Cup game now against Derby. If you would have saw, we were down 2-0. We're now 2-1 down with a great goal from Adam Taggart. Rolando Aarons getting the assist on that one. Grealish misses a shot, a good effort at that in the 90th minute, and we end up losing the game in the Cup 2-1 against Derby. And that was another sequence where my Elgato just completely fluffed up and I wasn't able to record that. So I apologize for that, but 2-1 was the final score. I'm not too upset about that considering the fact I could, I don't need a cup run, and if teams that are challenging to get promoted this season, like Derby, are still in the cup, they're going to have a lot more tired legs come the end of the season, which is perfectly fine for us. As well, if you would have saw, Ben Yedder's in talks with Bayer Leverkusen for £8.5 million. How ridiculous is that? £8.5 million for the player I'm looking to bring in, and we would have been able to get him in for cheaper than that, but Leverkusen just want to ruin our plans and send him that, which so disappointing. We're going to go back in for Nathan Redmond as well. We offered $2 million as well as Felix Cruz the first time. They weren't having any of that, so didn't really know who to offer. I went with Adel Chihi, though, because he does play on the wing. Redmond plays on the wing. Maybe they'll accept that. $3 million plus Chihi, though it's very unlikely they will accept that. As well, we have to go back in for Ben Yedder now. They just did not like that. That Leverkusen offered 8.6. You know what I'm talking about? I'm losing my mind here. I'm sorry. It's very late at night right now, but we're going back in for Ben Yedder. Kacaliknic is worth $2 million, so I figure if they count the valuation like they normally do, maybe they'll accept this offer, considering his valuation plus the amount of money I'm sending them would be more than what Leverkusen did offer them to begin with. Maybe they'll accept it. Not too sure they would, but $6.65 million plus Kacaliknic hopefully gets accepted, because I really want to bring in Ben Yedder. I'm seriously just missing 4-star skill moves. I really need some. Grealish is the only one we have who has that, and he doesn't have the agility to pull them off that well. So we had to offer another deal to Nolan Rue as well. They did accept Bayer Leverkusen's offer and rejected my offer of Kacaliknic plus 6.65, which is it's just I don't understand it, but we have to go back in for him now. And I had to adjust my wage budget, my transfer budget, just to be able to send him this offer of $8.6 million. Hopefully, you know, we can bring him in, but we need to sell some players first to be able to afford him, because I was looking to swap deal someone with him plus a bit of money, but now that Leverkusen ruined that, I have to basically depend on one of my players getting sold to be able to bring in him and a few other players. So I hate Leverkusen at the moment, but either way, you would have saw we have to adjust our transfer budget once again to be able to offer Matisse Boli a contract offer, because the £200,000 plus Hoogland offer was accepted, so we can offer him a contract. Squad rotation player is all we're going to offer him, because I don't think he'll be more than that. He's only going to be a super sub for us, just in late game situations, to run at the opponents and their tired legs and get us a goal or two. He does have some pretty decent shooting as well. I think he has 4-star weak foot too, so that would be pretty decent for us as well. We go back in for Nathan Redmond because they didn't want Chihi, so we had to offer Kacaliknic and £1.5 million because Kacaliknic can't go to Toulouse now, and that's where we were going to send him. So, yeah, very disappointing. We did cancel the offer to Winston Reed because, like I previously mentioned, he would not be willing to go down a league, so it's understandable. So we have to go back in for Jean-Armel Kanabiak, and we offer him £38,000 and £38,000 a week and a crucial first-team player role because he was not willing to accept the wage he gets now. As well, the offer finally came in from the United States. We are going to be coaching them on the international level. If you watched the last episode, you already know this, but fantastic. I will definitely coach the United States, of course, where I'm from, if you could not tell. But either way, we get another offer from Granada this time for Ruben Blanco. Just, my gosh, was he popular this episode. Nolan Rue, his offer was accepted. Kacaliknic plus £3 million. Probably won't have enough money to bring him in and Ben Yedder, so like I said, I just need someone to sell first because I'd much rather have Ben Yedder than Nolan Rue, considering he only has 2-star skills. So yeah, definitely not what I'm looking forward to having. Is we have a game against Middlesbrough, which of course we're going to try to simulate this time because a lot of deals are happening at the moment. We want to bring in our players, make sure they're in for the end of the season. So Middlesbrough did end up winning 2-1 away from home. That's just so bad. Cruz actually scored a goal, which is weird because he's been god-awful this whole season. But we go back in for Nathan Redmond as well because they were interested in Kacaliknic, I believe, but just wanted a bit more money. So we offer £3.5 million as well as Kacaliknic to see if they'll accept that. As well, Matisse Boli's contract offer was indeed accepted. So it's a great deal for to bring him in. Like I said, Super Sub could definitely use his wheels to just blaze down the pitch at the end of games and score us some goals. Just fantastic. So definitely bring him in, and nothing really happens to the transfer budget or wage budget, considering Hoogland's wage was basically the same as that in the transfer budget realm. So they equaled out, and we didn't really have anything else to do. So Knots come in for Ruben Blanco as well, so we have to offer them a counter offer. I do end up, just spoiler alert, he does not leave. I actually have to go and disallow future offers because I just got so sick of no club accepting my counter offer. But as you can see, Wissam Ben Yedder's offer was indeed accepted. Finally, Leverkusen, F you, we got him, you didn't, but of course we still have to have the contract offer accepted before we can bring him in, and he plays in a higher league than we play in, so not really likely. And as you can see, Kanabiak does not really want to leave France, which is, I guess, understandable, so we have to offer him 4,000 more pounds this time to see if he'll accept. Hopefully he does, and as you can see, Nolan Roux is not liking the contract offer we sent him, so we just went up by 10,000 pounds. Hopefully he'll accept it. Crucial first team player and 20% bonus. I don't think the bonus does anything, but we get a transfer offer, a loan offer for Sean Cavanaugh, which is fine. Left back, we don't really have left backs in our team, in our formation, so he could gladly leave on loan. He's young, so hopefully he does well alone as well. They want 4.5 for Kacaliknic, which I just really don't want to spend that much because, of course, I still need to bring in Ben Yedder with that much money. I can't be spending that, and I want to bring in both Redmond and Ben Yedder, so swap deal of the century is going to have to happen. I'm really hesitant to do this. Ross McCormack for Nathan Redmond. They'll more than likely accept this because he is the leading scorer in this league. They know what he can do. And Redmond is, young, so I was a bit hesitant because Redmond is our leading scorer. I wasn't 100% sure we could bring in Ben Yedder as well as Redmond, so it's just very disappointing. Not frustrating, not disappointing, because I just don't know what to do. Ben Yedder, though, he did not like the contract offer we sent him, so we had to offer him 60,000 with the crucial first team player 20% bonus as well. Kanabiak finally accepted the contract offer we sent him, but he's basically there just in case we don't get anyone else in the transfer window, just as a bit of, I don't know what to call it. But either way, we get some transfer offers accepted. This one, the swap deal of McCormack and Redmond, was accepted. We're just going to offer him exactly what he has now because he's not really moving up a league, moving anywhere. He's playing at the same level, but we're going to offer him a bonus per goal of 5%, just to entice him a little bit. But Ben Yedder's offer was accepted. Of course, we still need 2.8 million pounds. Even if I adjusted that 10,000 pounds on the wage budget, it wouldn't do much. So we still need a bit of money before we can bring him in. So we do have a game against Brentford, who, of course, smashed us 5-0 last time we played them. But 73rd minute now, they cut inside. Of course, they could not get a header, but, I was going to say, of course, they get the header, but they didn't. But goes outside to Bidwell, crosses in. Blanco makes a great save, but our clearance from Hutchinson is just awful as they pass over to Douglas, and he smashes it in the top right corner. Just could not understand why Sean Hutchinson could not make that clearance. So disappointing. But as Rolando Aarons is on the ball in the 80th minute, he's going to try to get us that equalizer because Brentford, I mean, are they just my bogey team or what? McCormack's on the ball, though. He's going to send it forward to Matisse Bowley, the substitute. Gets a goal on his debut. A very important goal at that to give us at least a point out of this game. And that's just fantastic. I'll definitely take that from him. Matisse Bowley getting that goal, so freaking sweet from him. Oh, that's just awesome. First goal in the championship for him. First goal in his first game. Just awesome. The game ends up 2-2 draw, which is fine as well. Redmond didn't like that we only offered him important first team players, so we had to offer him another counter offer of crucial first team player. Anyway, this is the January recap. And those are the players we ended up bringing in. Those are the players that ended up leaving on deadline day, etc. So I did end up doing the swap deal of McCormack and Redmond only after Taggart left to Bolton and Smith left to Nottingham Forest, because then I knew I would have enough money to sign Ben Yedder, because McCormack's wage was a lot more than Redmond's, so I did get a bit of money from that swap deal as well. So I was able to adjust the budget with his wage budget going away, as well as Smith and Taggart Taggart getting money from those deals. So I was able to adjust it enough to be able to bring in Redmond and able to bring in Wasim Ben Yedder. So those were the signings we made. Blanco didn't end up leaving, like I said, because of course they weren't willing to pay that much. On a few days before deadline day, though, I did get a few offers for Paul George and Tep because I don't know what it was. I mean, he's been okay for me this season, but apparently Stuttgart thought he was worth 13 million pounds, right? 13 million pounds. How ridiculous is that? But my chief executive said I could get between 26 million pounds and like 34 million pounds. So I counteroffered with 24. That's below what my chief executive said I could get. And we weren't able to end up making a deal, hence why Ntep is still in our club. So, you know, that's perfectly fine with me. So those are the players we brought in. Those are the players that left. Perfectly fine. January ended with that happening. I will definitely take that. You will see the first game with these players in the squad next episode, and it's a pretty weird game at that. So either way, my name's TRayALLDay for a very long episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If not, leave a dislike and let me know why you left that dislike. Leave any comments for suggestions down below. And I will see you guys later for another video. I'm out.